Chris Colfer leaps from the hit TV show Glee to the big screen with Struck by Lightning, co-starring Rebel Wilson, Allison Janney, and Sarah Hyland. Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of That Is My Take, a review show where I review pretty much everything. In this episode, I'm going to be reviewing the new movie Struck by Lightning, directed by Brian Dannelly and written by Glee star Chris Colfer. As always, if you like what you see here, please remember to subscribe to my channel for more videos coming out soon. Remember to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, all of those links are down below. Alright, all that being said, let's get right into my review of Struck by Lightning. Okay, let me answer the obvious question first, and that is that I am a huge Gleek. I've been a fan of Glee since its very first episode, but for the intensive purposes of this review, because I am reviewing Struck by Lightning and I'm not reviewing Glee, this review is going to be as if I've never seen the show and I have no idea who Chris Colfer is. Even though I'm a huge fan of his work on the show, this is a different movie and I feel like Chris would want it to be reviewed as its own thing, as opposed to, he's a great character on Glee, I'm just going to cut him some slack because I know that he's a great actor. Because, at least for me, I can't stand it when people compare, musically influenced movies and television or things that the cast of Glee has done outside of Glee in comparison to Glee, because Glee is Glee and Struck by Lightning is Struck by Lightning. So, for the purposes of this review, Glee never happened, and I have no idea who Chris Colfer was, so let me just get that right out there. So, everything that I can say about the plot of this movie, unfortunately, is really a spoiler because from the very beginning, it shocks you. I'll just mention that. But, I will say, if for people who haven't seen it yet, I will say it's a definitely enjoyable movie. I found myself chuckling at some parts. It didn't do anything extremely, humorous or groundbreaking, but it was very cute. It knew what it was. And I feel like it was a really well put together film with a lot of cameos that I really wasn't expecting, having known really nothing about the movie except for one trailer. With that being said, I'll mention some of the cast and how I thought of them right now. So, Rebel Wilson, I fell in love with her in Pitch Perfect, I'm not gonna lie. And this was something that was just completely different. I've never seen her perform a character quite like this, and it was really refreshing to know that she can do other things besides Fat Amy, and she's not such a one-dimensional person. I really liked her in this. I felt like she was a breath of fresh air in the fact that I've never seen her like this before, and she really stepped up to the plate, so I will give her that. Chris Colfer, the star of the movie, I felt like he was really good. I've always thought that he was a great actor, but, like I said, I'm not judging this in comparison to Glee, but, for this movie, he did really good. I really felt for him in a bunch of times, especially with some of the spoiler-related things that I'll mention later. He's a completely different character in this, and one that is actually kind of shocking in some ways, but like I said, spoiler section later. I'm trying to avoid as many spoilers as I can. Sarah Hyland, definitely an incredible person. I love her on Modern Family, loved her in this, basically the same person as in Modern Family, so if you like her in this, if you like her in Modern Family, you'll love her in this. And Allison Janney, I loved her in this. She's very good at playing atypical mothers, having seen her in Juno, but she's really, really good in this movie. She had me crying at one of the points that I'll mention later, but, she really stepped up to the plate, and I've never seen her so emotional, and I really liked it, so basically, that's all the things that I can say about it without giving away spoilers, because really everything about the plot is a spoiler, unfortunately. So, if you want to go in knowing absolutely nothing about the movie, please click away, because I do want to get into some spoiler-related things right now, but for all intensive purposes, I really like the movie. I would definitely give it, I would say an A-. I would definitely recommend to go and see it in theaters. Go see it with your friends, laugh together, it's a really fun time. But I'm going to have to get into some spoiler-related things, so please click away if you want to know absolutely nothing about this movie, and then come back when you've seen it, and then watch the rest. Okay, hopefully by now you've seen the movie, and you're ready to hear some of my spoilers. Otherwise, you gotta click away now because I'm getting started. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to talk about with this movie was definitely the fact that Carson's death in the context of the movie was still very heart-wrenching, even though we knew about it from the very first scene. I gotta give Chris Colfer credit. That's something very rare that someone can make me feel, having known it from the very beginning. And I feel like the main reason that I did get so emotional was definitely the scene that I mentioned earlier, where Allison Janney was told by the cops that, we found your son's body dead, and she just didn't even merit a response. She just closed the door, and she kept on trying to call her son and say, please answer, I need to know that you're okay, I need to know that this is a joke, you're not being funny. All of these responses that each time she called was just another dagger right here, and, just another tear falling from my face, because I feel like I can actually relate to that. I can see myself responding to a death of a close family member in that same way. I feel like a lot of movies actually over-exaggerated a little bit, or oppositely, they under-exaggerate it. This movie definitely did a good job, so kudos to Chris Colfer for writing it so well, and definitely kudos to Allison Janney for performing it so well, because she definitely got a few tears out of my eyes. And for the record, I just wanted to mention that, although I mentioned in Les Miserables and this, my 2 movie reviews, that I cried, I don't cry at movies often. These movies were just very emotional for me, but, don't expect it in the future, unless something is really emotional. I'm not such a huge crybaby, I promise. Just wanted to get that out there, so let's keep on going with my review. Chris Colfer's character, like I said, it was definitely different to see him, and the one scene that I definitely just have to mention is the fact where he found out that the 2 drama members were closeted homosexuals, and he started to blackmail them, saying, I'll keep my mouth shut because of your inability to. And that was definitely humorous to see, only because that was the one time where I did take into account that it is Chris Colfer saying these words, and he is, such an outspoken gay rights advocate, and he's an openly homosexual person. It was just very funny in the context of knowing that it was Chris Colfer saying these words. And, kudos to him, all in good humor. I know that he's an outstanding advocate for gay rights, so he's allowed to say something like that in the right of good humor. And, he wanted to play someone different, and that was definitely different. You won't hear him say that on Glee. Just had to give him credit for that, and I just had to mention that because it was very funny. And the final thing that I wanted to talk about with this movie was just how unenthused I was and how uninterested I was in the subplot of his dad trying to have a baby with that woman. Completely uninteresting to me. And as far as my knowledge goes, I don't even think that story had an ending. The last thing that I can remember, like I said, completely uninterested and zoned out when they were on camera, but as far as my knowledge goes, Carson told off his dad at the end, and then the wife gave him a little dirty look. The fiance gave him a dirty look. And then that was it. Did it ever actually conclude? Was that them implying that she was leaving him? Was that not implying that she's leaving him and they just had the baby and lived happily ever after? I don't know. If you guys knew what happened and you were able to merit an ending to that subplot that was completely uninteresting, please let me know in the comments below. But that being said, that is my take on Struck by Lightning. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, the only thing that really turned me off about this movie that gave it an A- was that subplot. If you liked what you see here, please remember to subscribe to my channel for more videos coming out soon. Please remember to like the video, give it a thumbs up, and let me know your take on the movie. Were you like me, or did you have a completely different opinion on it? Do you want me to cover something in the comments that I didn't cover in this particular review? All of those comments are down below, and I can't wait to see them. Alright, that being said, that's my review. Please remember to subscribe for more, and I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching, guys.